there, Vicious 5150, back with episode 3 of hashtag Song Breakdown. Today's Song Breakdown is going to be Leveled Up, the third song in chronological order off of my new EP, Getaway Music, which you can find on Spotify in the description below, all digital platforms actually. So make sure, before you even get into this video, subscribe on my YouTube channel and hit me up on my socials and follow me on all those. And don't forget to be bumping the album so that you can get a feel for what I'm talking about. Today we're going to be breaking down the lyrics, we're going to be breaking down the beat, all that shit. So we're going to start off with the beat. The beat itself is something I put together like last summer, and it was a real like Dr. Dre 2001 kind of style like beat, and like that's exactly what kind of feel I got from it. And I was just like, holy fuck, like I can't believe I made this. I'm so happy. Seems I really leveled up. So not only did I level up in the song, I leveled up in the beats, and we're going to be getting to that in a minute. But I was just really stoked to write to it. So I ended up writing a song to it called Leveled Up. And so we're going to get into the lyrics here. So the very first one is, yeah, Vicious 5150 and I'm from Poco. You don't like what I'm repping, then you can get the D like the Tigers logo. You know, like Detroit Tigers. All the OGs wore that back in the day. Same with the White Sox hats. But anyways, moving right along. When I get soulful, it is by the bowlful. Authentic with it homegrown, it's 100% local. That's right, support local. That's what it's all about here. It's coming at you straight up out the Tri-Cities, making sure a part of its music legacy lies with me, seeing to it that it never dies, or get all paralyzed, carving our own lane. We really are an enterprise. The thing is about that is we had lots of an influx of local groups coming up in the Tri-Cities back when I was coming up. Like we had groups like Concrete Example, shouts out to all of them. And like, of course, AOM, that was like the side group of MCs off of that. We had Cosmo Frank, who was going by like Little Vinny and going by Mafiosi at the time. Shout out Crown 604 and all his clique for that. He's dropping some new shit on his Instagram. Make sure you follow him at Cosmo Frank. Anyhow, moving right along. Shouts out to Porco Quitlam Music and everybody in the Tri-Cities. Hayes Entertainment, what up? Concreto. The PORDCLQUITLAM, because I know how to spell, and it flows nicely. I represented that before the days of HLM. Now what HLM was my first hip-hop group with my good old homeboy Darkness that we started when we were like young teenagers. And we're still working together today. We got a project that's pretty far along right now. And we've actually never done like an actual full project. We've done mixtapes over like Jack Beats way back in the day. They're kind of like low quality recordings, but those were fun to do back in those days. It's nice to be actually making a studio project finally. Anyways, moving right along. The organization that started it all for me as far as hip-hop for me goes, Killing the Mic with My Amigos. Shout out Orion for pointing out that rhyme scheme. I rhymed amigos with amigos because fuck you. Anyways, EP to Asylum on the Hazmat Crew. Now what EP was Exile Productions, which was like the first real production company thing that I was a part of back in the day. Shouts out to Exile for joining up with us for all that. Then that became Asylum Ave, which was actually responsible for putting out my first 3 records. It was VICIOUSC EP, Vicious Columbia mixtape, and then School of V-Funk with me and Scholastic. It was just an EP I did with her. And a slew of other projects we did like way back in those days. Like, In It So Long, and still people are saying that's that dude who was killing it way back, and here he is now. Just look at how he progressed and came into his own with that funky sound. Yeah. I guarantee people are saying that. Just for the sake of this narrative, we're going to fucking say that they said that. Because I love myself. Anyways, so the hook goes, back then all the way to now, I leveled up in the greatest of ways. Yeah, the greatest of ways. Yes, I did. I did a lot better. Although I've been using this fucking microphone for close to 10 years, and it was literally $66 brand new. It's an Apex 435. It's responsible for all my projects. And everybody says it sounds good, so who says you need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for a great quality sound? Not me, says this observer. Anyways, moving right along with the second verse. The NORTH side of the town, that's north side of the town for you spellers out there. The place I'm rooted in, the area that I decided to be doing this back in my younger days, taking so many walks on Coast and Prairie. That's Coast, Meridian, and Prairie on North Side of Poco, the main intersection in town. Used to walk around listening to music there all the freaking time. In fact, I'm going to head over there today, just because. back when the world didn't seem so very scary. It was different then, or so it appeared to be anyway. Really, it looks the exact same. But no, of course, when you're a kid, like, things seem simpler. But things also do seem a little scarier for different reasons. But we all know better now that it's much, much more terrifying than we could ever imagine. But hey, I love it. We're having a great day. I can't believe it's been some decades. I used to be scared of pursuing rap. But then it hit me that I have too much to ever want to hold it back. It's true. I used to be like super terrified of hearing my own voice recorded. I was so self-conscious that like, oh my God, nobody better hear me record. Like I hated that in school, like where they like, there was this one assignment we did, like I'm going to trail off into a small tangent. I promise it'll be a small tangent. Where we had to like read out something and then like a certain passage in a book, and then you had to like record yourself on a tape and then bring it to class. And I was like so scared that people were gonna fucking like judge me for it. Nobody did though, like because everybody was all in the same fucking boat. Like everybody had to do the assignment, including me. So it's not like I was gonna be singled out. Everybody sounds what they sound like, and there's nothing you can do about that. But anyways, yeah, I became a lot more comfortable with that. Plus, moving right along to my next line here, it's like, but then I gotta give the credit where credit is due. It was my closest buddies telling me to step in the booth. That's true. A lot of my closest friends, like, 'cause I used to like rap other songs all the time, like Bone Thugs and Harmony. Gee, imagine that, rapping fast and singing. Doesn't sound like something I do now. Anyways, I used to be able to like rap a lot of those songs, like very well when I was younger. And my buddy's like, "Oh, why don't you make some raps? Like you sound good doing it, so like you should fucking get into doing it as well." So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. So then moving on to my next shit was my brother Darkness for recording me first. Both learning at the same time the way that it works. And it's true, because we started recording together for the first time on this program called Acoustica, which was actually the precursor to the current program that I use to record, is Acoustica Mixcraft. This thing was a very like archaic like piece of machinery. I was looking for a certain term. It didn't really have many things for options. Like for example, every recording program has like EQs, compressors, reverbs, all sorts of effects you can use. This thing had, wait for it, volume up and down. That's literally all you got. So to kind of like make something happen with the vocals, I used to actually take the a cappella of the song and run it through Sound Recorder and then place it back into the fucking session so that we get some sort of semblance of reverb. Like it was like a weird like big echo delay thing. It sounded kind of like it sounded like a studio to us at the time, but it was like just very, very wet mix, you know what I mean? And reverb, lots and lots of reverb. So like that's what we did on some of the songs, not all of them, but here and there we would do that. Anyways, like both of us learning at the same time the way that it works, so we already glossed over that because we were both kind of learning how to record ourselves. And then moving right along, I said, forever grateful for everything that shaped and molded my growth. Not only the good, also the times rougher than pine cones. Yeah, rougher than pine cones, because everybody's just lining up around the block to be saying that. You know that old saying, rougher than pine cones. Yeah, nobody ever would say that. And nobody ever has said it. I said it, and I'm probably the only person that's ever going to say it for all of time. And yeah, not only good, also times rougher than pine cones. Everything that's happened up to now has built my character, leveling me up like a bazooka from a derringer. Finn. I don't say Finn in the song, but I'm finished with breaking down the lyrics. So yeah, level up like a bazooka from a derringer. So I've gotten a lot bigger of a skill set. I used to have a little pew-pew derringer skill set, and now it's like, yeah. Or no, bazooka's like this. But anyways, yeah, imagine if a bazooka made that sound. That'd be a lot more hilarious. Anyways, now, I'm done with this shit. So, enough of my rambling. And stay tuned for my next ramble, episode 4, where I'll be doing the Sisalute 6. I know in episode 1 I said I wasn't going to be glossing over the Sisalutes, but I believe it was my homie Seven the Legend who said, just fucking do the Sisalute anyway, talk about it. This was originally just going to be a lyrics breakdown video, but now it's going to be just a song breakdown video. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure, once again, to subscribe to my channel. Check out my new EP, Getaway Music, in the description below. Hit me up on all my socials and follow me. Leave a comment, like, share, all that shit. Okay, bye. Have a great day. Okay, peace.